And we
live, baby. We here.
We're here.
We made it.
We're here, dude. Still here. Check it. What up, everybody?
Happy Monday, guys. Can't believe you guys didn't have off work for my birthday.
I know, dude. Mary Thomas.
Mary Thomas.
You used to get school off for it. It's right now.
Dude, nowadays, I don't even get President's Day off. Not my president. He needs to make that a national holiday or something.
Not my president.
You know who should be our president? Cucker Tarleson. Welcome to the stream, buddy. How you doing?
Here we go.
Chat us early to our old money fam. What's up, boys? Happy Monday. We missed last Monday.
It's been a minute.
We took off. We were just like, it's not enough to really get a whole show in together for.
I mean, there was some shit we could talk about.
Yeah. There's always something going on. It's not like there's no news, but is it
no news is
that
good news?
interesting or entertaining? Like, do we have that much to say sometimes?
Do we really care about Cardano NFTs anymore?
Is that still a thing?
Dude, NFTs in general aren't a thing right now.
2022?
Bro, we've been talking meme coins this last few months, and even that right now feels like we're just about to hit like a stop sign.
At least I would say a stop sign. I took an unintentional couple week break, honestly, because I was really busy at work and I was just super tired every night. I bought
start of the year
something here and there, but I was literally in and out of it so fast that I didn't even share it. Dude, it wasn't. I didn't buy a lot either.
I've just been staying out of the casino. I've slowly been catching the falling knife with my Vine bag over these last few weeks, just watching it deplete. And I just don't. I feel like I'm just paralyzed. I'm like, dude, it's not even worth selling right now. I don't even care about it.
Don't sell it. It is going to come back up.
All right, everybody heard it here first. TJ said don't sell. So I'll check back with you in about 2 weeks, and when it's worth half of what it's worth, we'll.
Hey, you only lose if you sell. That's
true.
Always the crypto motto. Come on.
I mean, I could go down 90% right now and still come back one day.
Most meme coins do have a 90% retracement before they have a rip again.
I agree with that. Maybe there's more to it tonight, and we're gonna dive a little more into that because I've after listening to this damn interview today, it's got me thinking a lot.
I'm excited.
Damn Sasquatch.
Hell yeah, dude. First off, though, if you guys are here with us, never seen us before, whatever. Welcome to F35 Live. This is our sometimes weekly, bi-weekly, tri-weekly, once a month stream that we do. We've come here from Cardano NFTs and some here 4 years later. 4 years, 3 years? I don't know. Something like that. We're still here. So if you're enjoying it, hey, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that retweet button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button if you want to chat for at least a minute.
Chat, yep.
Other than that, welcome to the stream, guys. Let's dive into it. First off, actually, hold up. I still like doing this. The chat shout-outs always make me happy.
Run it.
Sure.
Appreciate the people that still are showing. We barely tweet once a week over here. We're not even that involved on Twitter these days. But the people who do still show up, shout out to you guys. Crypto Hands beat me to the pin tweet here with the first. What up to you all? Derp, gang. Shout out to Quarter Water, Chester Jones. I'm done with memes too. That's how I feel, bro. Blame TJ. Agreed. Lauren Steiger.
TJ.
Hope no one from the community got wrecked recently. Stay safe out there. I feel like a lot of people got wrecked, but we'll see. We'll see tonight. I think Hayden is a top guy rooting for him. Shout out to Capitalist Pig. Always makes us laugh. GM to DeFi FOMO, and shout out. Is lit. What up, Meek Vision, man? Who else we got in? Cucker Tarleson, also. Appreciate him showing up. Didn't even know he was on Cucker tonight. JPG Justin, what's up, man? How you doing? Who's buying Libra? Anybody? Dude, I don't know. Somebody's buying it.
I know. Why is that still up? Honestly, that's a topic. We're
It's
gonna
wild
dive
seeing
into
those
that soon, but
alerts for some coins that you're just like, what?
why?
Yeah. Where else y'all streaming? What up, the Famazing? Are they over in our Telegram?
Yep.
Shout out to
Also on
Famazing.
YouTube.
YouTube X are the two we're streaming on. Tomorrow, if you guys tune in and you like your podcast in audio format only, or if you'd like to see it on video, you can tune in to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your streaming stuff. It'll be live 9 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday if you guys are listening in. This is a little special thing we still do. Why not? We surprisingly get a decent little number of people that still listen, like 15, 20 people still doing that. Anybody trade space buds for Libra? Bro, if you did, I don't know what could be worse? If you still have space buds.
Oh, damn.
Or honestly, I probably think space buds is better at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah.
First of all,
at this point,
are we gonna dive right into Libra thing? Because I called it on Telegram. I was like, I'm just not buying any more country coins. I don't trust them. They've all literally rugged. And people that bought with like big money, come on, you should have known better. No offense. I mean, really and truly, if I'm offending anybody, especially people that lost hundreds and thousands of dollars, like, why did you buy this? Every country token that has come out has rugged. Why would you think this would be any different? I don't understand.
Well,
why everyone's so surprised by it. I'm not surprised it happened at all.
Well, if anybody's been living
for sure,
living under a rock, Valentine's Day of all days, what a lovely day. The president of Argentina, Javier Milei, drops a tweet with a contract address saying they want to endorse and help build up Argentina with Libra, and drops the CA on Solana. This thing
before.
Instantly, right? Everybody, the first thing naturally you check is, hold up, is this hacked? That's the first thing, right? Immediate, but sometimes you don't even care about that. You just say whatever, whether it's hacked or not, you got to get in early. So sometimes you'll full port, just get whatever you want to do, right? Others who are like, holy shit, no, this is real. He's doubled down on this. He's retweeting, posting it, whatever. Oh shit, go. We saw what happened with Trump and Melania lately. If you had to use examples of what maybe this could be like, right? A president coin. Naturally, greed's going to take over, and you're like, dude, I'm trying to make some money. And this thing shot up. Yeah. Oh, the FOMO, yeah. Immediately, this thing shot up. It was over like $1.5 billion, like almost instantly. FTV, and then it shot all the way up to roughly like 3.5, somewhere around that. And then, done. Shit just started to tank within like an hour, bro. 5 o'clock. We're talking 5 o'clock here. Within an hour, this shit just goes big fucking red dildo. Rad. Not a rad dildo, a red dildo. Within an hour, bro. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, what the fuck's happening? Like, why? What's happening? All of a sudden,
acting clueless. I don't understand it.
The president deletes the tweet.
What?
He's like,
no way.
Oh, shit. Damn, I just got fucked. Right down, literally a 10x difference right there, right? And then it just slowly starts to decline. And he basically says, I do not endorse this. I'm not a part of this, essentially, right? Was the story?
Yeah.
I'm not a part of this. I don't know. I'm just.
What did he say? I'm not promoting it. I just shared it. What?
That was tonight. He said that.
I know, but I saw that tonight. I'm like, what does that even mean? It's the same thing.
Fact of the matter is, dude, you put the CA up and on your official account.
And it was the first one up too, as far as I understood too. It's not even like, because we could like, okay, make the argument in some cases, hey, we're showing it right now. Does this mean we're promoting it? You know what I mean? So it is kind of the context and the way that it was shared. And if he's like the first one saying what it's supporting as if he's like a part of it, like, hey, this is for a good cause that I'm like backing. And also this is the only place, like this is how you find it to buy it, that no one has shared yet, unless you're just someone like checking an obscure place where it first launched and hasn't like hit any big markets. Like he was the one that was able to share it and it got viral because of that. It wasn't like he saw it through like 15 other people posted
biggest
first.
KOL for this shit. Too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's not like he saw a bunch of other people post first and then was like, oh, this sounds pretty cool. I'm going to like share it along with other things I'm supporting. It was like, look at this coin. This sounds awesome. And this is what we're doing. Here's like the project outline. And I'm the first person sharing.
Bro, luckily I was doing something. I actually had a life that night and was out with the wife and the kid doing some Valentine's Day stuff. Well, I saw it posted and I literally saw you guys tweet or posting about it in our Telegram. And I just looked at it. I said, well, I looked at the market cap. It was like $3.5 billion. It was like literally the top
already. Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm out. I'm not getting.
I said I'm not buying that. I'm not touching the country coin.
What I should have done though, honestly, is when it tanked all the way to the bottom at like 100 mil, I should have bought back in. Like that honestly would have been like a good, buy the bottom of thing. It shot up almost to what, 700K today or 700 million.
That's everyone VCAing in though to kind of lower their average so they can get out, break even.
10x lower the average.
I was gonna say though, I feel bad. There had to have been like one person that was chilling and saw that on Friday, getting ready for like a Valentine's Day date or something like that, and saw that come out and was like, "Holy shit, I'm up a ton right now! I can't wait to tell her like later for the date how much money we made today."
And it's gone.
And then it's just like, oh shit! I put more in. I put
her Valentine's dinner.
I lost 5K today. Fuck.
Watch this. You want to see something cool? I'm gonna put $1,000 by the end of the date. It's gonna 10x.
Yeah.
Right. Where's that $1,000 by? Sorry, can you pay? Can you pay the bill tonight?
We actually can't go out to eat tonight. I've spent all the money.
Dine and Dash, that Dave Chappelle meme where he knocks the thing over and they just go run.
Exactly.
Instead of that fancy restaurant, we're gonna go to McDonald's.
Oh man, even McDonald's.
Anything over $7.99 for you.
But yeah, dude. So this wild launch, but what I think got even crazier, it was just one of those like, all right, it's a country coin. Like, I obviously had a lot more weight to it because there was literally a president involved, right? It's different when it's just like some random ass celebrity that's either hacked or they just forget about it, right?
That's how they all have been. It's been the president that have tweeted or the official country account has tweeted a token.
Yep.
It wasn't really anything.
This one was like a little
dance that we've seen.
I don't know. This guy's been very vocal in the crypto community, though. This guy, so much so that even like Cardano and all those guys are big into like the whole Argentina thing of like we're working with them and their government. They're super pro crypto. It wasn't like this guy just randomly popped out of nowhere. He's been involved like quite a bit throughout this whole like crypto process leading up to where we're at right now. And where I think this gets interesting is where, like, if we've been following, we haven't really talked about it, but like Jail Stool and all those things, like Dave Portnoy's got quite involved with meme coins over the last thing. Barstool founder, right? So he's getting involved with this, and he ends up kind of exposed, like in a way, like Dave's just kind of like so naive to this, like not like learning about it, but he's also super transparent. Whether he does something good or bad, like he'll this is what I'm doing, kind of thing. Which has exposed this, and as well as CoffeeZilla has gotten involved with this. So we got him over in the thumbnail here, but the timeline of this, I guess there's a company called Kelsier Ventures, and the founder of this guy is named Hayden Davis. Looks like a normal kid, right? Or guy, I don't know.
He does. I mean, yeah, he does look like a normal kid. Yeah, I mean,
like, let me go pull him up over here. Let me pull Kelsier Ventures. So when shit goes south, of course, everybody's looking for somebody to blame, right? Like that's the most natural thing that's going to happen here. The next day, this kid puts out a video here and addresses the whole Libra situation. There's a good tweet here. I think I can post that in the chat for you guys, breaking down this whole situation here. Which also, here's a picture of this guy. I thought this kid wasn't actually involved. Here's a picture of Milei with this kid. So they've been in contact personally, but for the way I understand it,
totally normal looking picture too.
Yeah, right. Like that guy looks super normal. Here, you guys can have this tweet. You guys can catch up with this. Basically, this breaks down everything in a nice. Zoom in on this.
Yeah, one more time. There you go. Perfect.
So they launched the meme coin with the help of this Kelsier Ventures company. The coin, like I was telling you, fund Argentina's development. They launched with a single-sided liquidity pool via Meteora. Then liquidity gradually removed at higher prices. Coin begins to fall as it becomes clear 95% of the supply is unlocked to insiders and team. Nothing vested, everything's unlocked. Kelsier Ventures makes $110 million from the liquidity pool and coin sales, which we'll get back to because that involves CoffeeZilla. Milei then distances himself from the coin and crashes to 300 mil, like we talked about. I don't know if this is true or not. It's been charged with fraud in Argentina. And I saw some people asking for him to get impeached. Some crazy shit. Other things that were big about is how Dave Portnoy and stuff gets involved here. Several KOLs knew the launch was coming. Several KOLs were paid to promote the coin. Dave Portnoy from Barstool was paid to promote, but reimbursed his allocation.
I saw a video on that one, actually.
Right. So Dave pretty much was about to put a tweet out saying, dude, I bought in on this coin. Dave said he bought in around $1.5 billion, something like that. He's literally about to post it, and he got sent the coin from this dude Hayden for being like part of the marketing, which he wasn't.
6.5 million tokens, he said.
Yep, and he wasn't sure what he was going to get paid. He just knew he was part of the marketing thing. He got sent it, and then as he was getting ready to tweet that, hey, I endorse this. This looks like a good deal. We're here to Argentina. This full disclosure, I've been compensated for being part of this. And when he told that to the guy Hayden, he's like, bro, you can't say that. You can't say that you were giving coins. And Dave's like, well, what do you mean? He's like, no, you
did.
Yeah. He goes, no, you can't say that. So Dave was like, well, if I can't say that, I can't put my name behind it. So he reimbursed and actually sent the coins that he was given back to them. And later, this guy Hayden also, I guess, out of his personal law is what he says, all refunded again back Dave those coins that he sent him back, which was worth, I don't know how many millions of dollars, something stupidly high
at the peak.
Yeah.
Oh, at the peak it was worth close to probably $4 or $5 billion or $1 million, if not more. Wait, no, $6 billion, $6, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's $1 billion, I didn't look at the.
Yeah, so it was worth, if he had 6 million tokens, it was worth 6 times 4, so like over $20 million.
Where is it at? Yeah. I don't know why my thing's not showing the way I want it. Yeah, anyway. Influencers are listed as partners of Kelsier Ventures on their website, which I did not have their website up. I don't know if you guys have poke around on that and their Kelsier Ventures thing. Rumors of screenshots showing which KOLs were involved and to what extent. So Dave, and then again, before I will pull up Dave, I got a couple clips we'll pull from Dave. He goes on Davey Day Trader this morning, this kid Hayden Daniels. But before he did that, he did an interview last night with CoffeeZilla, who's notorious for, being a sleuth.
It's crazy,
yeah, like being a sleuth on the blockchain and going after people. He's not a fan of meme coins at all, by any stretch. But he did do an interview and they dropped it last night, which is already, I don't even know where it's at right now. Let's see how many views it's at. It's at 670,000 views at the current moment. He does this interview with him, and essentially I've seen so many memes about it. People were like, bro, get this dude a lawyer. Where is this guy's lawyer? Give him a ball gag. Tell him to shut the fuck up. He's incriminating himself right now. Like, dude, somebody help this man out. Like, what's he doing right now? And plenty of times, we put it on the thumbnail too, but you just see CoffeeZilla throughout the entire interview just be like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you even talking about right now? One of the craziest things to me, which I can play the clip here, is him talking about like the ethics of this company, Kelsier Ventures, that he has, right? They knew of the contract address, right? They helped set up the launch for them. And he straight up asked him, he goes, do you think it's ethical for your company to snipe this coin as soon as it launches? And you can hear his answer, bro. It's actually pretty funny.
You have the clip, play it.
I do. You want to shut my music down?
Yep, I got you.
Let me reshare it with audio. Because I think it's still, to me, one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
Not even just the information he gives away during the whole thing. It's like how he says it.
Yes. Let's see if I got it right here.
The wallet which Dave got refunded by, which is, according to him, your personal funds, was linked to an Avalanche wallet, which was funded like a sniper of Libra. So, but if you launch the coin, isn't it unfair for you to snipe the coin?
So I would say no. And I would say that for a couple different reasons. Number one, a lot of the times when, and again, this is like, it's a much larger conversation, which is what I told you in text. But most of the time when I have different money in different places, obviously. But from the standpoint of sniping, most of the time when we're sniping, we're attempting to avoid other snipers getting in. Right. So whether that's, and by the way, I don't conduct snipes. I'm not a dev. I just want to throw that out there I don't even know how to. If you put me in front of a computer and had me try and figure out how to snipe, I don't even know I've never done a bot. I don't know any of that shit.
But you're not denying that wallets linked to you sniped Libra. But you're just saying you didn't do it.
Link to the project. I wouldn't say link to me. I would say link to the project.
Link to the wallet which refunded Dave, which Dave said was your personal funds.
That just happened to be at the time of stress where we moved money from, but that was just a mistake. I mean, if anything, because like in that particular case, all I would do is like that money, when it went back into the chart, it would just flow through another wallet back into the chart. Like that money that we consider sniping, quote unquote, is the project's money, right? That's how we do it for, I mean, and anytime we've done it, that's how we do it. And the most of the time the snipe is to deter. And if there's enough volume on the project, we use it so that it has the ability to continue on. And I think that's very hard for people to understand.
I will agree. I will agree with that. I think that is going to be hard to understand.
So dude, I'll leave it there because they can go on in that interview. We can go ahead and post that over in here. But bro, you can see his reaction to that.
So I understand that to an extent where you want to have supply control of a token. But some of the stuff he was saying that was kind of bullshit. Like, oh, I wouldn't know how to set up a sniper or a bot. Like, what do you just said that you and your team just sniped the tokens before someone else could do it and snipe it. I mean, which one is it?
Also, I just don't understand really that logic. Maybe it's just because we're not on that dev side. Like, I feel like if something's going to be sniped,
he's not either, bro. What do you mean?
Buying like a portion of it doesn't mean that there's like, unless like you bought the entire supply and now just hold supply and sell it from yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I just don't get how that works. And it's like, oh, we've partnered up with a company. We're going to be the company that releases their stock. So we're doing, their initial stock offering. So obviously we're not allowed to personally buy that because we have insider knowledge, insider trading, and it's going to go up, but hopefully after it's released and people buy it if there's interest. But we actually also did buy it all up after we launched it so that no other people could buy it early before us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sniping for other people is not like the bad thing. It's if you have the insider information that they have that makes the sniping bad. Otherwise, people are just getting in really early on something
with their tools that they
selling
have.
For a profit later. Yeah, they just have bots. I mean, it's the same way. If you can go make a token right now for Sol or whatever, and have it, and see it, the liquidity that there's not going to be any in it because you spent 4 Sol. But we've had people do that in Telegram, and you watch it like, oh shit, someo's buying it. It's like, no, those are just bots like picking away at it, and then hopefully it runs up, but they just pick away these little small transactions.
But this is completely different where like you guys are literally the ones that have the contractors risk. You know what's real. Nobody was even sure of it right when that launched. 100%. And your guys are unethical. I mean, well, if it's that ethical, no, absolutely not. You bought the fucking coin, and I get where you're saying of like, that's just the state of the market where later in that interview he explains, is like, if you don't do this, your coin's basically fucked from these bots or from these snipers. Essentially saying that if we didn't buy up our supply to be able to control it at all, whether, if there was big sell pressure, we essentially could prop that up by not selling. But if there was a lot of buy pressure, we could start to clip some off to be able to take our share. Like they have the ability to manipulate the price. And
100%.
That happens quite a bit, right? Like you heard him, he said, basically, can we let it survive long enough so that it can last, is what he said. And that has to rely on them holding us so much of a supply that people can't own enough of it to control the price like they can. So they've outbought them, but they've had like you said, the information ahead of time. So like how, in what world?
It also tanked too. Like it tanked within an hour. Yeah. So it's like everything he's saying was like, okay, that could be true if like it was still like pretty stable or strong, or maybe obviously there's going to be some people selling off that are just like normal people that got in. But if they are holding that major majority, like why is it tanking an hour later?
Yes.
Like, isn't that what they were trying to combat? Like this is what, hey, we sniped our token early so that we can make sure we control it to stop this from happening. It also happened 50 minutes later because we sold it on our side, but I mean, we stopped the other snipers, right? Like that doesn't make any sense.
You could even go to their top traders, like 3 of them, actually 6 of them, 7 of them, a ton of them bought before migration. So they all sniped it for $3 million, $1.5 million, $1.3 million. You can see how much money they made, quote unquote, buying with the CA prior to it actually hitting the blockchain.
The other thing I think is interesting to that is where this kid gets fucked in the middle of all this, and why he's become like the face of this, and over on Dave, and getting death threats and all this stuff, is they didn't expect whoever this team was from the Argentinian side, or whoever these inside. There was like 95% of these wallets were like insiders at some point, and they dumped like over $100 million worth of the coin. Like, right when like a market cap says 3.5 billion, like FDV, doesn't actually mean there's 3.5 billion worth of liquidity in this project. There's a few hundred, maybe $1 million in this thing, and if they nuke that, essentially that's what you see happens, right? That coin goes essentially to zero. So he admits to sniping coins. Later inside that interview, he does mention about Melania as well, about being linked to Melania in that team. And then also that, remember how there was a crypto event that night when Trump launched? Like everybody from the crypto community was there at that ball or whatever it was. He claims that people inside that ball were aware of Trump at 500 million FDV. And if you think about the FDV value of that thing, this peak hit 75 billion FDV. So that's a more than 150x if people got in, according to him. Which I don't know. I mean,
it's a huge accusation. That's a big one. Yeah,
that's a huge accusation. Absolutely. So yes, he also says that his team specifically did snipe Melania as well when that launched. His main point to this whole interview, though, with CoffeeZilla was like, look, if we're not doing it, we can't keep up with this game. We have to, you have to do this in order to be competitive with them. Because if we're not doing it, somebody else is doing it. And it's the same like 100 top whale wallets that do this to these coins. They tank them 80%. And then hopefully, he goes, the ones that stick around are the ones that completely died and get CTO'd. And then at some point, a community forms around them. Everything else is just, this is how it is. And it just keeps happening over and over. The same wallets get $10-20 million right off rip when they snipe these things. They have knowledge about it ahead of time, some of them, which I think is super interesting. Like, if Dave Portnoy had that info from this guy and got sent these coins, all these other KOLs, I can only imagine how deep the rabbit hole gets on some of these big launches and how much money. Oh yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time. It's just this one's getting more exposure to it, of who's actually behind all of them. Not all of them, but a lot.
Especially because they're going on podcasts and talking about it. Like, typically these guys, they make their money. Like you said, these wallets, they do it all the time in the background. And it's something that, it's like TJ said, that's just kind of part of the game sometimes. Like, for us, at least from our point of view, where we're just like, hey, we kind of understand that there's probably people just making ridiculous amounts of money, and it could be the same group doing it, just letting each other know because they have that much money now to make that much of an influence too. And they just get themselves early in. And we're just trying to get in at an early enough point now before it gets fucked most of the time, because we just kind of understand that, like, that's definitely where the risk lies, is kind of knowing that this is not like a regulated space at all. But it's crazy that now they're going on like podcasts and like talking, especially like, I mean, Dave Portnoy, it's not like it's like a small name. So to go on there and then talk about it is wild. Usually it's something that we just kind of understood was probably happening, didn't have all the details.
He just pretty much confirmed a lot of what we've all like, and that's why I think he has to be in such a shit situation to like be like, fuck it, I'm pulling the curtain back. Like, what else do I have to lose, kind of thing. Because I think the kid talks about it. He talks about fearing for his life right now. He's getting multiple death threats to him, to his family. And the only leverage he has at this point is that they hold that liquidity pool worth of 110 million roughish dollars. And that's what, that's where his negotiating power is coming from right now to be able to do this. Because he's like, if I were to inject that money back into the chart, right? If we took the $110 million and put it back into the thing right now, he goes, the FDV could go back to like, he goes, I did the math. It could get close to its all-time high again. He goes, but then I wipe my hands clean and walk away. But at the same time, now I've got nothing. And the same people who probably got all that money in the beginning anyway are just going to get that money again.
I got nothing, bro. You just told me you did the Melania launch, and how many other launches you probably did?
Like, is it really going to be boo-hoo time for him?
Come on.
So
I got nothing.
CoffeeZilla asked him about that, and he said, so you goes, you don't just not make anything on these, right? Obviously, you make millions of dollars. If he goes, well, yeah. So he's made millions of dollars on other
nothing.
Maybe on this one, he's not making anything. But yes, what he basically said is just like all of crypto, the kid is like, all of crypto is a liquidity extraction event. He goes, everything goes to zero. He goes, whether it's propped up by inherent value of people thinking it, he goes, whether it's utility or what, everything is just a liquidity extraction event.
Homie.
He goes, he called Bitcoin a big, he goes, that thing's just a liquidity extractor. Eventually it will go to, like, he goes, maybe it'll go to zero. He says some wild shit in there. But
I mean, and you know, obviously death threats, it's way too far. That's something that, you know, I mean, it's also a crime. You can't just threaten to like hurt or harm or kill someone. But it's just the way that he kind of like complains about that, as if he's saying that he didn't like ruin some people's lives. And it's something we've always 100%. Said since we started doing this. Well, if you do have your life ruined because you overinvested in Cardano or crypto, you're using money you shouldn't probably bet on this stuff. You're kind of doing it wrong, but people do that, and they get hyped up in it, or they get stories from it and they don't maybe even understand it all. And they hear like stories about the Trump coin. They're like, oh, well, my buddy told me about this, showed me how to do it. I'm going to go all in, or go more than I am capable of. And then he's just like, I don't see, like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, everyone does it. There's other wallets do it. We're not the only ones. Yeah. It's kind of like, why is everyone so upset with me? And then what? Am I supposed to just give this money back after I've been caught? And then not only caught, but I'm admitting it right now, what we're doing. But it's not fair for me to give some money back to like people that got ruined and destroyed.
I just can't give it back. I'll have nothing.
Yeah.
So he's,
you know, how hard it was for me to scam all this from people. I need to get something out of that.
So I think essentially what's happened here is that he wasn't the facilitator of this. He's not on the team for this. Like, he was just supposed to be a facilitator to help manage, like, help them, like, we're going to snipe some of this for you to help manage this, to prop it up for a while so that it can have its own thing. He wasn't part of the core team of this. What he's basically saying is he got left out. He got caught holding the bag, and he's the scapegoat right now because this whole team is essentially just ghosted him.
But again, no boo-hoo. Like, you got used, like, he's just one of the bad guys that got caught. Like, and he's just like, hey, it's not fair that it's all getting blamed on me. It's like, all right, well, tell us who all the other guys.
I'm just the henchman, not the boss.
Yeah, let us know who everyone else was, or who else are we gonna be mad at? Like, do you want us to not be mad at you?
Well, they're doxed their whole team. He's doxed their names. Like, so, but basically what he said is like, I'm not on a team. They all sold their fucking whatever the allocation was, their insider things, and he was left like, what the fuck, bro? We weren't supposed to do this. Like, this wasn't how this was supposed to be ran. I wasn't not advise. You guys were supposed to advise me when we were gonna do this. I had this money. We were gonna allocate it at a certain time and deploy it at a certain time, and I just got ghosted. And now I got fucked because the president. He's like, I never expected him to delete the tweet. That wasn't part of the plan. He actually explains to Dave, and if you want to meet me one more time, I'll share one more. I got two cool.
Well, he's a hawk, so he's hawk Tua right now, is what he's claiming. It's not his fault, and he didn't do anything wrong.
Stop buying country coins. That's all I will say.
Here, I'll go in. Listen to this.
There was 3 stages that were planned. One was the first Milei tweet. Second was the second Milei tweet, which was I was told was supposed to be a video. Milei did not say this directly to me, but his team, the people representing him did. And then there was supposed to be a third wave of a bunch of extremely influential people. I'm not going to name all of them because I don't think that's super helpful, that we're going to rip it. And the plan was, okay, take exactly what I told you. Take some of the liquidity off. Maybe I think like I was directing probably slightly too aggressively because I was very nervous about that big sniper, which again, if everybody goes and looks back at the timeline, you can see somebody has like, it's 12.7 or 1.7. I can't remember the amount, but million tokens. And at the top, it was like 55 to 60 million cash that they could have sold. And that was nobody associated. I don't even know who it was.
Okay, continue, because you're saying even if you put the money back in and that guy sold, you'd lose your money?
Then the project's toasted. Like, think of it right now, right? So let's before I talk about the before. Right now, there's a bunch of money for the project, and it's sitting at 350 million market cap with $75 million of liquidity. Right now, that, as I told you, that liquidity is moving on a bonding curve, so it's not like it's just locked. If people sell, it's going to go down. But it's a thick liquidity, strong meme coin. I think it's still one of the biggest right now.
That was like the first part of this, and then he pretty much asked him. He's like, "Well, whose fucking $100 million is that?" And this is like one of the funniest answers I've seen, or clips.
The question is, what to do with money that's not mine. I'm never claiming it's my money. I'm not running off with the money. I have no desire to run off with the money.
Whose money is it? That's what I don't. I think that's the question.
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely not mine. It's Argentina's. I don't know what association you give with that. I mean, the point.
But just throw out a country name too. Just Argentina's.
I thought was Milei.
You see him smile.
Again, talking.
But like even at one point when we were talking, we were going back and forth, and we had a couple discussions about this during the course of like deciding to launch, where you're like, I think. And again, this is how I looked at it. And I actually said it to you. I'm like, I wasn't trying to make money with my coin short term. And I think it's like you were telling me, like, I wanted the thing audited. I wanted all the money in public wallets. I was going to tell people what wallets it was in. So I was going to tell people exactly what I said. I'm going in and out, and I want it all tracked. So you've said to me, like, they kind of went back. Like, I thought I was going to be able to inject capital back in, and then it didn't happen.
Well, yeah, two things happen if I'm super honest. One is there was a third-party journalist in the room just for my own safety, because I thought something like this in a worst-case scenario could happen, that documented the whole thing. So that'll be posted at some point, probably like later today or this week. But I was instructed, hey, don't inject any back in until Milei's second video. So Milei's second video never comes. Then he deletes the tweet. Then he says he doesn't support the project, which, by the way, I don't like. Again, just want to be super clear. I don't think Milei even fully knows what's going on.
And there's more to that interview here with Dave.
Right.
But isn't that what they always say too? It's always, oh, well, that wasn't the plan. This was a long-term project and this is my side, that they didn't have anything locked up or anything like that. It was all just given out to like their little group of followers. It's not like any of the coins were locked or allocated like in a locked way. But they always say it was a long-term project. They always say it wasn't them. It was someone else on the team that did something that wasn't a part of their plan. That's sort of like the same excuse that they say every single time. When this kind of thing happened, someone else had control of the wallet that they didn't plan on this happening, but it was never them. It's just bullshit, right? It's all fucking bullshit. Then he also still has control of 100 million that he's like, it's not mine, but I am the one that's in like control of it. And also Argentina.
Basically, he was being that $100 million he holds is Argentina, whoever, whether it's the president's team or whoever, it's their money. So essentially, if he were to do something that they didn't
but it
want
doesn't sound like. But then he's trying to get
executed.
The president doesn't even really know what's going on,
or he does, so he's like, fuck, we shouldn't have done this.
But you know what I'm saying? Though he's saying like, oh, the president doesn't know what's going on, but also this 100 million's for him, like. That doesn't sound like
like
team, one says, right? Yeah. One is claiming that they do have something coordinated and are connected on this, and there's an understanding of what's happening. Mm-hmm. The other one is him explaining that the president actually doesn't know what's going on, but he has $100 million, but it also belongs to the president himself, his personal money. It's like the government, like his team, the country itself's money. His team is his team, like members that are like elected. You know what I mean? There's just so much bullshit that he's just saying to be like, I promise it wasn't me and none of my team got the money. It was someone bad on our team.
CoffeeZilla does put this here, just a disclaimer over on his side. Hayden Davis with Kelsier is one of the big four creators of Libra, along with Julian Pe from Kip Protocol, Mauricio Novelli, Tech Forum Argentina, and Manuel Godoy, Tech Forum Argentina. It was endorsed by Javier Milei on February 14, 2025. There's your who it is. There's your that's who the team is, endorsed by Javier. Not Javier's thing, but the team, Kip Protocol, Tech Forum Argentina. Most likely, maybe hired by him. I don't know what, but endorsed by him fully first. So
probably similar to like how he reached out to Dave Portnoy, and he was just like, oh, well, just, yeah, sure, cool.
So I know there's a lot more that goes into this story. I'm sure we'll find out a ton more things as things go on. But what I think some of the most like interesting things to me is that, like, yes, we've all known that there's a ton of people that can get in early on these things, that are going to snipe it, that are going to artificially pump this price up. And the game was always, don't be the last guy holding, right? That's meme coins. Don't be the last guy holding. But the curtain got pulled back, I think, a little bit with this, of like, hey, your favorite KOLs, like, they're not as innocent as they may appear. They may be more involved than you think they are, at a deeper level on a network. They always joke about the LA like vape cabal from Frank D guys and Banks and Thread Guy and all those guys over there, right? They've become a big topic of discussion lately. But I think where this goes is basically saying, you guys are fighting a losing battle, and if you guys are really hanging in of like, we got a community, guys, we're gonna rally around these coins, you guys are pretty much fucked long term on these.
I think you are talking about a good topic to kind of pivot to slightly about Dave. When he came in the space, he literally told everyone, I have this coin, I'm going to sell it at some point, I'm going to sell this. You can track me selling, and you should have seen how many KOLs and influencers that were so mad at him for selling and doing what he did. And I'm like, you guys do that shit all the time, every day to all of your followers, but you don't tell nobody. We can just see it from your wallets that we track, but you do.
They post about
24/7.
it and then sell right away and don't tell us.
Wolf of Crypto Street, he's the worst at it. He'll literally shill a ticker and sell it the same second, immediately afterwards. The entire time he shills something. So I don't want to see anybody crying that what Dave was doing. I think Dave, that's pretty what Dave was doing is great, honestly. I was loving it. I love that he went into space. He was talking with Banks and he was talking with Razmir that day. It was a Saturday. I remember I said, listen to the whole thing. And he was just trying to wrap his mind about it. He's like, I don't know, everyone's so upset. I told you what I was going to do. You can see my wallet. And Banks is like, I love what you're doing. I think it's great. People are still going to give you shit, unfortunately, no matter what you do. They're still going to give you shit. Just do what you want.
Ties to their back, dude. That doesn't matter whether you're a good, you have good intentions, bad intentions, whatever it is. At the end of the day, people are going to be pissed if their price goes down, and that's just how it is. And it's always been that way. And whether the veil, the curtains pull back or not, and it gives you the appeal that you can make money and do this, which you certainly can make money in this. You've seen plenty of people do it, but it's getting way harder to do that, I think, at the current moment with the current meta, because
getting way harder to do what though? To
to
make money in general, or to make like a 10 to 100x?
The game has changed, I guess. This way, the memes are not the same as they used to be, where it could be like, hey, we got this brand new meme coin, like Elon tweeted about this is funny, we're all rallying around this thing and we're all going to pump it to long term. Where now it's like, dude, this coin launches, everybody's all hype about it, the people get in, they make their money real quick, and then the community gets left holding that, and eventually it's just going to make its way to zero.
We have like Elon tweeting about it, we have Dave Portnoy talking about it, we have Andrew Tate, whereas before it wasn't, you know what I mean? They had to be out a little bit longer.
The illusion was still there. It was like, hey, we're a part of this together. Now it's people PvP.
That are competing against each other, like, hey, I didn't develop this coin, so I'm gonna drop my own. Fuck these guys, I know how to do this. And people are buying them.
I just think that in general, though, the whole market is just down and it's bad across crypto space in general. So
that's because $100 million just got extracted from people.
I'm just talking about in general, not even just Solana, though. In general, crypto is relatively down right now. The sentiment about it is down. Trump's not really talking about it too much. That was originally the narrative for this year, was Trump, quote unquote, pumping our bags, and he's not really talking crypto too much right now. His
own bags, that's for sure.
I did in January, but now we're sitting in the middle of February, almost pushing to March, that nothing's really going on. And I think the meme coin narratives is just stale right now, honestly. Even all the, like you were talking about, time where the Elon tweets aren't really running anymore, because it's old news. Who gives a shit what he's tweeting right now? It's just stale because he's not ever promoting it. It's just a random shit he's saying or a random username change.
Do you think now that finally, like, people are starting to like put that through their head though? Like back in the day, everybody would fucking jizz their pants off because Elon tweeted about Doge. Where now it's like, oh, Elon tweeted about
saturated
Doge.
too, I think.
Yeah,
it's the same with like originally, like you said, TJ, Elon would tweet something, not an actual coin yet, nothing that he was endorsing, just some random bullshit about something, and people would make a coin out of like a word in the tweet, and it would get picked up by the community. Then FOMO would happen, people would buy in, and it would make these big runs. That happened so much though that people were doing it to anything, some people said. So that now it's just oversaturated, and people look at it and it's like, okay, well, I'm not touching any of these now because the last 15 of them all rugged. The first 3 were great if you were there 3 months ago. And that's like you said, TJ, like you were like the country coins, you've seen too many now. I'm not going to touch that. It's the same. It's like that, you know, when Andrew Tate went live and was trading live meme coins on Solana, there was, you know, he would say, oh, fuck you, and a new, like 10 new fuck you coins would pop out. So like, of course, none of, like, all of them can't survive, of course, but then none of them would do anything because he was on for 3 hours, and any statement he made, people were making into coins. So there was just not enough attention to it, and most people are just like, I'm not fucking touching this. It was one thing when it was like one Elon tweet that people could run with. Now it's
and some devs, you didn't have no clue how to fucking, you have no access how to make a meme. You know how hard it was to do all that shit. Nowadays, Pump Fun came out, and you fucking paste a picture, you deploy it.
You could do it for 5 SOL.
You know, up until a few months ago, there's an influencer, I mean, you guys heard of him, Ansem. For a while, anything he would tweet would be a ticker. Anything that he would say or anything that related to crypto was turning into a ticker. Last year, his cat ran. So a ridiculous market cap. That like started the whole thing. And ever since then, anything he would tweet, kind of like the Elon effect, it would just be a ticker, and then it would just run. And now that's kind of died down, and it's not as relevant anymore.
Look at broccoli the last couple days. Broccoli, the BNB, right? CZ drops, hey, I got my dog broccoli. And everybody was like, holy shit, BNB, fuck, I hate porting over here, but I'm going to
Flavor of the week, just like Tron was in August. Flavor of the week.
And that was a massive fucking, that just basically stress tests and provide how dog shit BNB is. Everybody was freaking out about that. I lost so much money on fees, and this fucking chain sucks.
Yep.
But
first time?
First time, literally.
I wouldn't say Ansem's wash. It's just that he doesn't even want to be in that limelight of being a ticker. I think he said that before. Someone posted, "Oh, we need Ansem back in the trend." He's like, "No, please, I don't want it. I don't want that." He doesn't want
any of those guys back in it, to be honest, because they've basically gotten too big to the point now where they feel like they're untouchable, and that's why you see fucking Frank and these guys streaming to the point with their dog's wallet where I can do whatever I want at this point because I've already won.
Right. So I think the game needs to be kind of reevaluated for like us, is more like profit is profit. Take your 30-40%, take your 2x and just get out, honestly. And I hate to say that. I hate to say be a Jeep, but just get out.
Know the game, though. That's the biggest thing.
That is it. It is know the game. And yeah, you might take a quote unquote fumble, but at least you made profit, because it could go right to zero after you sell.
You're gonna lose more to zero than you will fumble big.
100%.
So if you take those, if you take those 2x's when you get them and 3x's and just be happy with that, those will add up and you'll be sitting on a nice stack. Absolutely. I mean, that's just what I've been doing, and it works out so much better than all the ones I was holding, being like, it'll turn around, I'm hoping something happens, and then it just keeps going lower and lower and lower over months and months.
Yeah, and that's the majority of these projects. That's what they're saying, though, is there used to be a time where you could be a community member and holding long term, you guys would win. And that's quickly faded away at the current moment. There's some exceptions to that. Don't get me wrong.
There is, but I can even kind of relate to that, because I've been a community member of plenty of tokens. You've seen my retweets. You've seen me working my bags. It's just, so when you don't get the recognition from the people you're shilling to, it gets exhausting. Like, shit, this token is not moving. They're not responding to my shit that I'm posting on there. This is pointless to me. I'm done being a community member. I'm just going to get in and get out. I'm sick of it. And I think that's basically the same mindset the whole community across the board is having. Like, I'm not working for my bags anymore. Why should I work for my bags when no one else is doing it? When they're not helping to push this token up?
Because nobody actually cares.
They don't.
They want your money. And even that, like, get in early and they just rotate that money in and out. They watch you for everything they can get, and they're on to the next. And
even then, though, can that work anymore too? Like, you used to be able to build back up hype, like we said. Like, there'd be, the dev would leave and a community takeover would happen, but people would go to Twitter and spam posts and stuff on enough people that kind of had at least a following. I don't know about an influence, but enough people that had followers that would get more words out or noise out, and we would see those pump back up sometimes, and even maybe go higher than when the dev sold. But now, again, I just think it's so oversaturated that there's so many people doing that. Any person that trades in meme coins, if you go to their comments, they have 80 replies on their post right away with just a bunch of dog shit coins that if you actually take a look at is like, oh, this died 3 months ago. I'm not even looking further than that. Cool.
2 days ago,
no
you
bought
posted
anything
that.
on it. And it's just like, okay, well, cool. Like this is a dead coin. I'm just not going to buy it. There's like, and the entire list is 20 other dead coins from 3 months ago. So when is a influencer ever just going to pick one of those randomly to be like, hey, let's pump this one up, guys? They're all the same. They're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're just not going to pump like that. It used to be something I think that was a real like strategy you could take. I just don't even see that like necessarily working anymore, which like you said, TJ, is why you kind of like, it gets rough to do when you do put in the same amount of time and then nothing happens. It's like, well, maybe that time passed.
Yep.
You just got to know when to quit. Now know when to fold. Got to know when to hold.
And I think now too is like us with NFTs, right? We're getting a little smarter with or pickier with what we would actually buy. Mm-hmm. I think that's going on with meme coins. Is it a good narrative? Who's pushing it? What is exactly is this meme coin about? What's going on with it?
The key difference being that you can at least sell your meme coins. Sometimes.
True.
These days, NFTs, man, you're lucky unless they're one of those top ones that have essentially become a company that have provided something beyond just speculation. Do I ever think, I don't know, man, will NFTs come back in the way that we saw before? Absolutely. Hell, I'm convinced 100% no. Not in the way that we saw them.
Not the original way it came out, no. I think there might be a time where for some of them to quote unquote run again, sure, but not like it did when it first came out.
And even if they do run again, I think that's the big thing with like the meme coins too, where I was getting back of like, if Elon tweets something nowadays, everybody's just like, all right, maybe it might pump it a little bit. But then like everybody kind of gets more like a realistic, everybody's becoming more realistic too. It's like, just because he tweets about it doesn't mean that this coin needs to run up $10 million. Yes. Like it may run up like a couple $100,000 because some people liked it and bought about it. But like you're getting more realistic price valuations. And I think the same thing is happening now here with like, hey, dude, you just bought this little picture from this guy who drew this. Because it's a little rare right now, it doesn't need to be worth $1,000. Maybe it's worth like a, 10, 20, 30, $100 more than what it was, but it doesn't need to be worth that high. And I think because nobody gives a shit anymore. And there's better ways to make money if that's how you're doing it. At that time, there was an easy way to make money. Nowadays, like you said, you're pretty much left holding an NFT at this point if you buy it. You want to become part of the community if you're buying one, essentially. Or you like the art, whatever. Maybe. I saw what's his name. Remember Monad Alexander Unsigs? He tweeted. He goes, I sold 39,000 NFTs and another 520, and no one ever bitched about me about my price or what it was. He goes, I won the NFT game.
Damn.
That's early on. And also I wanted to reply back and say, yes, you did win. But you also just timed the market so well.
Even the Stick Fritz one.
Oh God, Stick.
That one pisses me off.
Bro, there's a million of those stories. He got out of the space completely. It burned him out. He got wrecked in taxes, apparently, and he started building an app or whatever. I don't know what the fuck he ended up doing, dude. He just crashed out and disappeared off Cardano.
Even that kind of stuff, we joke like, hey, let's make a coin. Back when we probably started this, it's not even that we would have had like the connection to a podcast. What?
I'm so glad we didn't.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For sure. But I'm just saying, back then we could have done it not even because like a connection to a podcast or because we, have some viewers or whatever and use them to like chill a coin to. Just because everything was selling. It didn't matter. We could have just made whatever the fuck it was.
That's money, everybody in the comments.
Even those mid-tier like periods where people would come out with those shitter NFT things.
I agree.
There were just like what was the other stick figure one? The dog shit fuck faces?
MFers, something like that.
Something like that.
No, it wasn't that for what was it?
No, I was thinking dog, but no, it was the MFers or whatever.
D-bag MFers.
No, yeah, that was a fucking what
the stick figures he's talking about. He said, "What was?"
Yeah, I know, but I forget what the term is of that shit where it's like a public thing, like domain, where people could use it on multiple chains.
It's still he's talking about.
Sure. Okay, so it was even more useless then.
Yeah. What up to Viva?
More useless and more unoriginal. Awesome. All right, cool.
Shout out to the people jumping in the chat and chatting with us
over
here.
Let's post this up again because I agree with this. Finally, they're getting cooked. I agree. I think Dave kind of showcased that. He kind of spearheaded that by just being very transparent with what he was doing, and he pissed off all the KOLs.
Yep.
Because he dumped on them. I loved it. And going back to Dave, I think he's the new person that is going to have a lot of chart motion now. You know, it was just Elon, it was Ansem, and now I think Dave is going to be the one for a bit.
He's walking a slippery slope right now, because he did post today right after the Javier Milei also retweeted about, he like doubled down, and all of a sudden he like distanced himself, right, deletes the tweet. Then today he posts like a step-by-step guide on how to buy the meme coin, and Dave right after it accidentally goes and buys a different Libra coin with a different market cap, like 2 million or something like that. As he posts the CA, he posts a video about it saying, fuck, I bought the wrong one. The trenches are free. You know, people are in the trenches. It is what it is. Hey, I'm pulling it up instead of me just.
I have his wallet. I'm watching what he bought now.
What the fuck's going on? Milei just backed Libra again. Am I going to get rugged twice in the same coin? Can't believe I'm buying again. This league, what the fuck? Be careful, trenchers. Then he tweets right after. He goes, PS, I rugged myself. I'm buying the wrong Libra. This league. Then he goes, looks like I'm all in on fake Libra. Heads are falling off. Trench warfare. Post a video and post the CA.
You know how much money he spent on that?
I don't know.
$169,000 on that fake one.
So that price ran up to like 14 mil or maybe a little, I don't know what the full thing was. I was watching it earlier. So that kind of chart motion right there, he definitely has it at the moment. He's got to be careful with this new little thing. He's realizing like, oh, fuck, I could do this now. This is weird. And he can get out of town, like, or get out of pocket real quick with this. So it'll be something to keep an eye on with him. Of course, people are going to look to make money off it or whatever. But I can imagine like Dave's one thing where he actually has a real business and he can make real money outside of just pumping up meme coins, where these other people who just are regular people that made some money off this and eventually gained this social media power, this notoriety, whatever you want to call it, that they could feel like, hey, I can tweet this and now I have chart motion over here and I can extract liquidity. I mean, look at like when you look at Frank, he pretty much said, fuck you guys and D guides. If you know, you guys are still holding on to that. I don't know what else to tell you. Like that was like 2 years ago. Like you should have sold at the top. I don't know what to tell you. I'm over here making money. Sorry, you broke motherfuckers aren't doing it. Here are the tools, figure it out. Here's my wallet. He got so cocky to the point where he was just like, I can't be touched at this point.
Well, then he took that back though and said, I'm not giving my public wallet anymore.
No, he got, because I'm sure there's always consequences, right? Nobody's untouchable. These KOLs are a little more scared these days of like, I mean, we've seen it with Wolf we joke about that over in our Telegram all the time, but he's just one of those guys of like, hey, I'll post these cryptic tweets. Well, we see your wallet before. Would you see what you buy? We see what you shill. And that stuff you don't see, but that's, imagine where that is on like another scale of all these other people that, hey, I just bought this coin. Are you early? Are you doing it? And they're just farming their followers.
I love when they post their P&Ls, like they bought like one SOL and it was worth like over like 200 SOL. Like, oh, 2 SOL for my my private, DM me. Or I'm picking from the comments or something stupid.
Yep. Oh yeah, Frank did the whole pump down shill tour.
He did do that, yeah.
That's true.
But I just love that he's dumping on the KOL. I think it's great.
Just giving a little truth to the whole space. That, you know what I mean? I don't think some people, we're not exactly being given a bunch of tokens to like, promote things. So we don't know what that world is like. We have some assumptions about it. Obviously, we know how people get paid to promote things. But some stuff, in a lot of spaces, that's probably why like Portnoy is smart. You see things on Instagram, on TikTok. If people advertise things on Twitch, they have to put ad in the title. Like it's part of like not only the site's terms of service, but it's because it's like a law where you have to disclose when you're advertising something that you've been paid for. It's the same way you see things on Amazon with reviews where people say, I was given an item for this review. You have to disclose that. So like in this space, though, that's not really regulated. You see it all the time where people talk about stuff. And it's like, how much of this was he given at launch for free just to make this tweet to his 50,000 followers? Because that's all it really takes in this space is one person tweet it that have enough voice for it to take a big enough bump to make lots of profits for the people that hold it. It's all, yeah. And God, what you just said there about Dave over there essentially pulling back the curtain on some of this stuff of like, hey, I'm going to put a tweet out, but I'm going to have to disclose that you sent me shit. And the guy's like, whoa, hold on, don't do that. And every other fucker out there is just like, none of them. You never heard that from anybody else because there's multiple people that were in that same line as Dave was. None of those fuckers said shit. So he kind of blew up their
what was going to happen with them. And maybe I don't know, behind the scenes, that's part of the reason that it did what it did. Because you imagine Dave gets on the next day on Davey Day Trader and says, look, guys, I was going to be a part of this, but I just couldn't. They sent me some coins, but I sent them back because they said I couldn't disclose that. Imagine like the backlash they would have got from other people who are on their website apparently listed as KOLs, the questions that would have came out. Because I
feel like all of them had to be like, dude, shut the fuck up. What the hell?
Exactly. Like, bro,
what's Dave doing?
What the fuck you doing? Yeah, I can see that 100%. And
do you have a list of KOLs for them?
It said it was on their website. I'm sure I could dive into it.
I tried to go through it. I couldn't find it. Honestly, I wasn't sure if you actually had it.
I didn't have it. I just read that post over there about it. Yeah. So in this regard, I think we talked about this earlier, Viva. I don't think he convinced Hayden to give him a refund. I think Dave, at least according to the story he gave, was that he went to say that he was given coins, and Hayden said, no, don't do that. So Dave said, all right, well, I can't accept this then if I can't talk about it. So I sent him back. And then Hayden apparently said, hey, I'm going to send you your stuff back out of his personal wallet, whether it was personal or his company, whatever he wants to call it. He sent back and later said he regretted doing that because he didn't know what to do, but he liked Dave. So I guess Hayden and Dave were talking. That's who. What's his name? Dave was gonna release. He was advising him to potentially launch his own meme coin, like Dave Portnoy. That was going to be the group. Kelsier Ventures was going to be the company that would help Dave do that. So they've been talking for weeks about this. So they've known Dave and this guy know each other, and but Dave's always been like, I don't want to fuck my people over. I don't want, I'm trying to do this in the most legit way, but I'm slowly finding out that there's no actual legit way to do this. I don't know that he ever convinced them. I mean, I don't know the background conversations. At least that's the story that I've gotten right now. We'll see.
Anytime there's a token that comes out with that much chart motion where it just runs up to like millions and millions of dollars instantly, it's getting pushed by a group or just a team like the Kelsier or whatever it's called that do the exact thing. They're market makers essentially, right off a rip when a token comes out. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. So you see it and you FOMO in like, oh my gosh, this token has so much volume in 5 minutes. Let me get in on this. I don't want to miss out.
Damn. Breaking, according to Viva. Co-founder of Jupiter and Meteora just stepped down.
Damn.
Crazy.
So another part to that,
that's pretty wild.
That long tweet thing that thing I put over in the chat earlier.
That just happened.
So they did mention this. Meteora, Moonshot, and Jupiter admit to knowing about Libra beforehand. All claim no insider trading was done, and they've also released statements like before all this or whatever. I haven't seen yet what Viva just talked about. All claim proper listing procedure was followed. Lots of rumors of leaks to insider on previous launches linked to Kelsier and Meteora. Meteora CEO seen commenting on posts with Kelsier Ventures weeks ago. I can't imagine there's got to be colluding and there's got to be insider shit leaked. I mean, at some point, like when there's that kind of money that goes into this, people inside it. I mean, look at Enron, look at all these fucking companies that, dude, it's just right there for the taking. I know about it. How can I withhold this information? How can I be ethical about it? How can I not tip somebody off about this? It's only a matter of time, right? If you can find a tweet or something talking about those two stepping down, let me know.
I'm trying to find it now. Is it on their website? It's not on their Twitter.
I'd imagine just type in Jupiter CEO or co-founder of Jupiter or Meteora. I'm sure you can find it in Twitter.
If you have it, Viva, you said that you shared it to us.
Yeah, send that over.
That's
I see it here. Cointelegraph.
Oh, it's on Cointelegraph.
It shows it. Yeah, Meteora co-founder Ben Chow has chosen to resign from his position. Send it over. Found it.
You got it. Send it over.
Yeah.
Oof.
Let me see what the one Viva sent though. I found that one. Check our X account.
I got you. Just then, Jupiter stated that no one in Jupiter or Meteora were involved in any insider trading or financial wrongdoing, and they're hiring a law firm to investigate and publish a report regarding the Libra. Meteora co-founder Ben Chow has chosen to resign from his position.
Go to our X account too. I'm not logged in on my computer.
I got you.
X. Messages.
Let me see. On X. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Sorry, I'm pulling a couple of these tweets up right now live.
You're good.
Based on that 16-minute mark mention of the names, this leaderboard makes a lot more sense. Skill issue. Realized P&L.
SpongeBob skill issue like that.
Oh man. Frank Cupsy, Rat Wizard, Polar Waddles, Loki, Assassin. Oof. And
Cupsy makes $100,000 a day, literally every day.
That's crazy.
What was the other one he sent? Here it is. It's on DGen News.
It's amazing that we're talking about that a few weeks ago. He's annoying to wallet track. It's so annoying.
Oh, Cupsy, I turned off his notifications.
It's so annoying.
Hello, Chow. This was the guy they were talking about.
Yes.
Did he put it?
Dang, that kind of hurts their Jude token, though. I feel like.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Here's a key thing: do not receive knowledge or get involved in any off-chain dealings. Essentially, at least according to Hayden, that's bullshit. And multiple people knew about this launch coming up. So I don't know, man. I'm sure there's, like I said, when that power only it becomes so tempting at some point, especially when it keeps happening. When you see something like Trump launch, and then like, hey, the president of Argentina wants to launch a coin. We're gonna get the right people involved. Here's the right teams to go to, and these teams all have networks. And people are like, all right, dude. So here's what we're gonna do. You know what to do if we do this. And they all are somehow correlating with each other, and
yeah,
they're getting their cut.
That's one of those things, though. Just don't be a piece of shit. That's it. Let it
then
be
you
a
hear
fair
$100
law.
It's like
and
the
I'm
crypto. These guys are pieces of shit, or they just care about money.
Just
I hear $100
be
million.
fair.
It's a little tough. It's a little tough. You got to say. Be honest.
$100
million.
Oh, I got you. I thought he said he exposed the F35ers. Wow, you sent another one?
What do we do now?
A video. Okay. Yeah, Viva's just the quant tonight over here.
I love it.
My quantitative. Found out what that word means. I'm not going to play a 25-minute video.
You never
Solana
seen
Floor
the big
claims to obtain footage featuring DeFi Tuna founder and Caveman Dirk and Hello Chow talking about Kelsier Ventures. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay.
Were we supposed to?
No. I'll put the tweet over here in the chat, though. Shout out to Viva. I don't know who asked it earlier. Did not see that. Did we talk about the bank announcement? We haven't talked shit about Cardano, to be honest with you, man. We've been hyped up over here just talking about the state of the meme coin world. But nice shout out. I don't know what's going on with them. Maybe fill me in.
Here, play that, Tommy. That's what I always think of.
All right, guys, we're gonna end the stream with a 25-minute video. Peace. No, I will catch us up. Shout out to Viva, man. I'd love to catch up, man. I would love to catch up after all this shit, because I know Viva's been on top of his stuff. You know what? I wish I would have listened to Viva. I never got in earlier. He posted a tweet up. I don't know if you guys, you've seen Igon, and we've all heard of Igon over here on Cardano. But he posted a video of how crazy up he is on that since the last over 100x or something like that on that, even since 23 of summer. I'm like, dude, should have just followed Viva's advice, man. He's my quant.
Honestly, I took his advice when he had him on. Was it last year, a year before? When he was talking about when he buys tokens, he tries to get at least 1% of a token, and that has always stuck with me. When he said that, because that has always been my mindset, the goal to have at least 1% of a token if I can, or at least 0.5%, just so you can, make some. So
you can start clipping it off.
Exactly, and ever since he's told me that, I never had that mindset, because I always looked at it as a certain allocation, but when he talked about it as having a percentage, it really stuck with me.
Shout out to we always talk. Yeah, Viva's here, and DeFi is also here. Shout out to Levy. his boy's own Levy now. Levy doesn't have to rely on a rigged catalyst fund to get money for devs. Yay. Hey, there's a whole other conversation happening on Cardano that we have not even touched. We're not going to touch tonight, about the budget and the treasury, like Charles moving to midnight. Oh man, there's a lot going on this side, which I don't want to get into tonight. But I think just overall digest, the kind of takeaway from all these different stories tonight is that if you're getting into the casino, just know if you hang in there a little too long, you're probably going to lose your ass.
Win.
The house is going to beat you every single time.
It's
rigged.
Away. Mm-hmm.
The game's rigged. It's exposed. We already knew it was rigged, but now you really know that it's rigged. If your favorite influencer is tweeting about it, it's too late.
And you sell. If you're in it, sell it. When they post it, you sell it.
Get the fuck out, because you are now exit liquidity for anybody who sees that tweet. You may catch a little run because they just tweeted about it, but you better get out immediately because it will fall. I promise you. They will sell on you. We've seen that with tracked wallets time and time again. The meme coin game has changed. I think that is a fact at this point. I don't think it'll ever be the same. In some regards, it's still the same game. You're still gonna, people are there. It's a casino. You're gonna be there to make money. There's never inherent value in meme coins other than the speculative value that people put to them. And can you make money? Absolutely. Just know that you're gambling. And when you realize
it'll go
that,
back to where it was.
I personally don't feel that way, but we'll see. We shall see.
I just think once Solana and the crypto market goes back up again, it's just going to go back the way it was.
Well, Solana has a big token unlock happening here soon, so we'll see if all those fuckers, insiders who eventually now had the opportunity to sell, let's see what they do to the price of Solana. Let's see how long that lasts.
Ooh, I hope it drops because then I can buy more. I will, yeah. If it drops, I'm buying some more then.
I don't know. I think I'd rather go into some other stuff long term. But I don't know anymore, dude. What the fuck?
You're so bearish sometimes, Tommy. It's disgusting.
I think I'm just gonna buy Bitcoin and stop trading.
Bearish sometimes.
I'm just gonna buy Bitcoin and stop trading, guys. I'll see you guys later.
I'll be there tonight, Crypto Hands. I'm coming back.
We'll see you guys. If you guys want to join us in the trenches or watch us get wrecked in the trenches or just talk about your losses in the trenches, we do have a Telegram that is over inside of our Discord that is pinned at the top of this chat. You can join, catch the little link for that in our minor announcements channel, I believe, or you scroll up a little bit. I'm sure you'll find it. We are active there in Discord. We say GM every now and then. Shout out to Ones for keeping the chat rolling. Shout out to our mod. Shout out to NFG Ryan, who's now been promoted to mod.
I had to promote him, dude, because he's always in there and he calls it out.
We need security bot, dude. I don't know if that costs. If it costs money, I'm not buying it. But if it's for free, somebody give me.
I didn't even know I was just scammed like that one night. But there's some nights I don't even see where it's posted. I just saw that one deletes it.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to you guys for holding down the chat. But yes, we are active over in Telegram. If you guys want daily chats from us, join us over there. There's a few of you guys hanging with us every now and then. Sometimes we catch some wins. Other than that, though, TJ is going to go ahead and get the music queued up, get the guitar rolling, and we will go ahead and close out this show. But please, before we do that,
wake the fuck up. Just kidding. Close it down. Go to sleep. Go to bed.
Because this is the end of the stream. If you guys have been here, we appreciate it. Go ahead, hit that like button. It's down in the description. Go on X, retweet. Our audio will be live tomorrow morning,
9 a.m. Eastern.
Don't get rugged anymore. Get rugged. I don't care. You're KOL. If you're not, your friend. DJ, go ahead and play me out.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Get the fuck out of here.
We live, baby.